So we just got to Church Automotive testing in Wilmington, California. And I'm really excited because I'm actually going to be the first 11th generation Civic Si, at least the production one, to be on the dyno and see what it makes. So it's on a baseline. This is a dyno pack. And if you're not familiar with dynos and stuff, honestly, it's just a tool. It's a tool to get a baseline. It's no different than if you're into weightlifting or I don't know, whatever. It's you put yourself on a scale and you have to keep using that same scale so that you could just see whether you're gaining weight or losing weight, whichever one you're doing. So this is what we do, and I typically like to get a baseline of a lot of things, from the dyno to going to my favorite tracks that I usually go to, and from there, once I start making modifications, I'll go back to those tracks and the same dyno, try to keep it similar conditions, but that's kind of hard because you really can't, and see what differences it actually made. But for now, we just raced the 10 Gen 2020. You saw the video, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, so I'm now curious to know, does this car really make less horsepower? Because dude, you saw what happened on the top end.
Yeah, so that's where I think this car really proved itself. So we'll see for sure now on the dyno.
Yeah, so Daniel's waiting for us, and it's getting kind of late, so I don't want to keep him up late. So let's see. No.
Awesome.
Is this barely getting here, or is
No, we're just finished up real quick.
just finished up? So, Doug, is there something I should know about?
Well, you're a little bit late to the party, Nick. We've been working to develop a carb legal calibration, and we've started off with a baseline for this brand new 22 Civic Si.
So Daniel lied to me about being first on the dyno. Like that?
Not from their phone.
So you guys already baselined it?
We've already baselined it, and it's done
Oh,
great.
He's gonna back it out. Watch him. How did it? In your opinion, is this better than the 10 Gen, or?
Well, in my opinion, it's a lot better than the 10th Gen. So, as we've seen with Honda, some of their power figures are to be taken with a grain of salt. Even though it's advertised as similar or less power than the 10th Gen, it actually makes more.
Oh, okay. Well, don't ruin it for me yet, because Daniel told me he has time to put my car on the dyno. I just picked up the 11 Gen. It's that black one right there. And I wanted to see what it baseline. I actually raced at 10th Gen yesterday.
Yeah?
It was a little bit back and forth.
Yep.
I guess you don't subscribe to my channel because you would have seen it already.
Yeah.
But on some of the races, he'd pull away, but then on the top end, I would just start to catch him. Probably it was after fourth gear, so.
I'm sure the baseline is going to give you a lot of information, and people are going to be very interested in the difference.
So how soon get a flash bro?
It's going to be a little bit. I think we're looking at a couple of weeks, because we've got to get to the PRI show where we'll be showing a vehicle.
Are you guys planning on releasing there? Any new products, or?
We're not planning on releasing any new products specifically. We're mainly focusing on CARB, which are the emissions legals product that we have, because you can be clean and green and go fast at the same time. Nick, would you like to take your 11th Gen Civic Si to SEMA? No, sorry, not to SEMA, to the PRI show.
To the PRI show. That would be an honor, but I don't know how I feel about driving that far. Can we work something out?
I think we can.
All right, so look. Can I get back to you on that? I need to make sure I can get a week off.
Yep.
But what do you guys think? Should I let Hondata take my car? If you don't know what the PRI show, it's actually performance racing industry. It's a trade show. It's huge. It's like a SEMA, but just dedicated to racing. So that's actually a pretty cool concept of displaying the carb legal stuff, that it could still feel like a race car, but it's 50 state legal.
Yes.
So I might have to take you up on that for sure. But as for now, I'm really curious, and I know a lot of you guys are, is to see what this car makes 100% stock. All right, so it was Hondata's Civic. They already baselined it. Doug, if you guys don't know who Doug is. Kevin, they beat us to it. I guess you can't be first at everything. Sometimes you gotta share it.
I mean, they are Hondata, right? So I guess.
I'm not even mad at that. Because you know what? I would rather have them be first. Because the faster they start working on it, the faster this car can get faster.
That's true.
And I'm gonna wait. That's the only tuning device I'm putting on this is Hondata. So
yeah, we're here.
excited.
We're here, and
let's get this thing loaded up and see what happens. So all I need to know though is, I want this car to make more power than Hondata's.
Oh well.
I don't care what you do, stock for stock, but hopefully this car is probably broken in already,
Well, I
or
guess-
broken.
I mean, like you told the dealership, what warranty? We don't need that.
That's right.
That's like when I bought my Evo. I told the guy, he's like, "What, what's this warranty package?" I'm like, "This Evo's never come back to the dealership, so don't worry about it." Yeah, I told him, really. He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "You don't want to protect your turbo?" I was like, "I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna take it off."
Hey, Doug, you gonna stick around and see how much more power this car makes?
Oh, I don't know. It might be a little bit scary for me. Well, you probably got the high octane fuel in your car.
So the race yesterday, I don't know what octane fuel they put in it, but we did empty it all the way down, and for this dyno session, I 100% sure put full 91.
Yes.
So do you know what fuel that one had?
Look, this is from a dealer. It's still hardly down 2 or 3 gallons from the dealer, so it'll be whatever the dealer put in. They typically tend to put in fairly cheap fuel, but I'm guessing it was 91 because that's what Honda recommends for these cars.
That's what Honda recommends, but we already know not everybody does what people recommend, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we'll find out. So if my car makes more power, it's probably because I put better fuel in.
Quite possibly, but when we do our carb calibration, it will be done with California 91, which will of course work for all 50 states. My battery lied. I'm not going to be here for the finish, Nick. I need to head off.
Oh, he's too busy for us, guys.
Yeah.
All right, well, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see how much more power my car makes.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Is that a tin of nitromethane I see over there that you've been mixing?
That's exactly. I already sprinkled some E85 in there too. Just.
Ooh, okay.
But no, I honestly thank you for considering this car for PRI. I want to say yes. I just want to make sure I can make it.
Understand, you
And I
need
don't
to
need
make
the
sure
car.
you can take the time off.
Yep. So I'll ask my boss, and hopefully he says it's okay.
All right.
Wait, hold on. He's calling me. Yeah, go ahead and take the time off.
The day has been fun, it's been good, but I'm really looking forward to getting our beta software on our Civic Si and on your Civic Si and get it dialed in for a carb tune as the first step towards what can be done with this vehicle. I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready. I told the sales guy too that don't offer me extended warranty because I'm voiding it as fast as I can. So.
Well, that's not our plan with our calibrations. Our calibration, particularly with carb, is to keep it a nice, reliable, tractable, clean horsepower. So I have no idea what you're going to do.
Oh, I'm taking the different approach.
Reliable, slow.
Full send it, and if it breaks, as long as we win the race, then it breaks, and I'll buy another one.
Know all about that.
Yeah. All
As
right.
long as it breaks as you cross the finish line.
Oh, of course, yeah, because you have to win.
You have to win.
Yeah.
See, the part of testing, we have to test the limits. So we're not scared to find a limit. So we're gonna keep going until one of these rods come out the block, and then for everyone else's system, we just dial it back a little bit. So you have to know where the cliff is before you go line. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we as tuners do. We test the limits and we break things so that you don't have to.
Keyword. Well, we break things on purpose.
No, in fact, that's the key word. On
purpose.
But
Not negligently though.
don't worry, we'll definitely relay the message, and if this car can't handle certain things, I'll tell you guys what not to do, and you guys should be good. So.
Well, this is what we've done before. When we first got out CVT Civic in 2016, we ramped up the power on it until the CVT no longer worked very well. So we knew that was too much power, and we shared that with the community saying, don't do this. This is what happens when you put too much torque into a CVT transmission, and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so we'll see. All ready? Oh, he's ready. He's trying.
All right, baseline coming up.
Yep.
We're excited.
All right, something's finally gonna happen. But check this out. So L15. Okay, can you confirm? I know it has VTEC just because everybody's been saying it has VTEC, but 100% these new L15s have VTEC in the SIs.
Yes, they have VTEC on the exhaust.
Oh, so it's only one.
Yeah.
All right. So see, this L15, which is the 2017 10 generation, does not have VTEC. But I think it's fair to say, even though there's some differences with this L15, it's not going to be no slouch. And I got 800 plus horsepower to prove it. So I'm definitely not going to do that to this, I think. But dude, these, I mean, Kevin, what was your car? Your car was making over 300, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And you had pretty, like, just basic bolt-ons. What'd you have done on your SI?
On the SI, it was full bolt-ons, power metric tune, Hondata Flash Pro, and a Mitsubishi drop-in turbo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so that was like the extra sauce, but it made well over 300.
Well, your motor was stuck.
Bone stock.
Oh yeah, see,
Bone
so
stock.
these L15s are for sure gonna, it's the same thing. Again, a little different. I'm sure they improved some of the stuff because obviously the clutch is different too, and they have VTEC now, so.
Yeah, and VTEC for sure is for a reason, probably more for top end. So we'll see that in the future.
Well, I mean, we saw that with my race.
Oh yeah.
But look, I've been reading all your comments as much as I can, and I know a lot of people have been asking and DMing me about, oh, how come I don't address the L15? I know what they're capable of, but we're addressing it now. Here's the first baseline. Okay, so they did take off the temperature sensor. I wasn't even paying attention. I think honestly,
it was like the
9 gen.
Where it has that little blue.
Yep, it has a little blue thing. Yep. So you know what's crazy is ever since I started uploading the videos, a lot of the viewers of you guys that are watching this have actually been telling me about some of the features that I haven't even looked into. I literally just bought this car because I knew I was gonna get it just to push it for performance. So it is kind of a shame that I don't take advantage of all like the cool features that these new cars have all the time, but
I'll try this out too.
it does. I did test that in the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember reading a comment about there's no temperature gauge, and I was like, oh, they might be right. Well, there you go. Okay. That was, what gear was that?
Fourth gear.
Fourth gear, and the car has 332 miles. So this car's already getting abused, huh? Dude, look at the torque on that.
So on that correction factor, 225 horsepower, 223 torque. That's the factor that makes you feel good in your stomach.
Okay, so that's the heartbreaker ones.
Well, I'll call this the mini heartbreaker.
The mini heartbreaker.
Still makes you feel good, you know. That one's about 216 horsepower, 214 torque. The heartbreaker dyno's on the other side.
Oh, the other dyno.
So,
the all-wheel drive dyno.
All-wheel drive dyno. So I calculate if this thing makes 216 on a roller dyno, it should make this is do 216.57 times 0.9. Should be about 195 horsepower, 9.9, and 193 torque. So 95 horsepower. 195 horsepower, 193 torque to the tire. That's what I calculate.
Oh, okay. Oh, to the tire.
To the tire, yeah.
Okay. So, hold on. That's to the
For
tire.
For all you, I'm worried about how much horsepower my car makes. Dyno freaks, whatever. This is how much power it makes. Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares how much power your car is making. But for your
lap times and track times.
Yeah, there you go.
Or ETs, I should say. But no, okay, so that's 195, and then that's 216, and the other correction factor was 225.
They have different correction factors. So you either have SAE adapted or you have SAE J1349 2004. That's what we use. The SAE one, the J1349 2004, it reads lower. So usually when I tune cars, I put it on that one to kind of get closer to what it reads on a roll dyno when we're on this side.
That's one of the good things that he taught me early on when we first met. I was first getting into this stuff. Is it's just a tool, and you want to prove yourself. Now it's just take it to the track, get ETs, and you show it with the time slips or the lap times. So
Then the main thing I say, dyno's a tool. It's about the before and after, not really the peak number. I mean, the peak number is relative to what it makes stock on that dyno. So it's not about, oh, my car makes 500 horsepower. Okay, 500 horsepower based on what? What's your data point? What's your reference point? So on this dyno, what you do is, like I said, this is SAE adapted. So SAE adapted, 225 horsepower, 223 torque. And if I switch it over to, SAE J1349 2004, which I usually like to use on this dyno, we go to 216 horsepower and 214 torque, which is a little more realistic, in my opinion. But then people always want to know, is my wheel horsepower? Again, me, I don't care about all that stuff. But
that's where you did the calculator of 190.
Okay, if you want to know what you're making to the wheels, then I take that number, 216.57. I understated. So 57, take out like 10% times 0.9. So I'll tell them, okay, this is making 194, so call it 195 horsepower. And then for the torque, we'll do 214.56, again, times 0.9, it's taking away 10%, 193. So I'm like, well, you should be around, again, 195 horsepower, 193 torque on a roller dyno at sea level, because we're at sea level, we're in the tsunami zone. So if there's an earthquake and a tsunami, we getting hit over here. So that's how,
yeah, that makes sense. But it's straight up to it. It's peak is peak though. Like, look at the torque curve. And I remember my 10 gen. This one's way flatter. So that's why I feel the power carry. You're gonna do another one, but that's why the power feels like it carries all the way through.
On that one, it made about 2 horsepower more and 1 pound of torque or less, peak for peak. So pretty repeatable.
I'm pretty sure this isn't OSHA approved, right?
No.
All right, Doug, you said you were going to leave, but I think you're really curious to see if my car makes more power than yours.
That I am.
I have more miles than you, I think, because I saw you guys just got yours on Sunday.
How many miles do you have?
300 something.
300 miles, and you probably, had a fill of fuel?
And it's 91 for
And
sure.
it's 91,
Yeah.
and I've got probably 50 miles, and I have not sure what's in the tank.
Wait, so you guys don't break in your motors either?
We just put it straight on the dyno.
Here, yeah. So a broken in motor makes more power, because
Bro, I broke it in, all right.
Nick's is the dotted, the dashed, and then Doug's is the dotted. And you can see on average, Nick's car on average makes about 5 more horsepower at the top, and then Nick's car actually makes more mid-range. Yeah, Nick's motor, you can tell it's broken in.
Well, this is sort of about average between different model Hondas, but yes, your car's broken in, and you have a known quantity for fuel. Mine's not broken in, and I have no idea what the octane of the fuel is. So we've got about a 5.5 horsepower difference, which is about normal.
And they were baseline within 10 minutes apart, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought I was supposed to be first, but that's neither here or there, I guess.
Well,
Alright.
there's the quick and the dead.
I guess I could only be first for so long. But hey, Daniel, can you pull up my 10 gen, the drag one, and the street one, and compare it to what this new one does? Now, I want to see, or honestly, even just the drag racing one.
Okay, so
I want to see what the power figure, what the graph just looks like.
Here's Nick's car, right? And here's his
10 gen.
10 gen on one of the
drag one.
The drag one on one of the settings. It's not all the way up, it's somewhat up. So there you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's without nitrous right there.
That's without nitrous. Hence why I call it a
Halfway send.
halfway set.
That's actually gonna be the settings that I wrote. That's probably gonna be the power that it's at when we start time attacking that. Look at the difference on it. Damn. Oh, so under 4,000, it has more torque.
Yep. So it's far more streetable
So it's definitely far more streetable.
and legal.
And it's legal. Why? It's so crazy. Out where I live, there's a little section that's still owned by Mexico. So when you cross that, you're good. I saw the MIS 2000 on here still. Is it F9?
Huh?
F9?
F8.
F8? Oh yeah. Oh, I see E85, right? Oh, Q16 one? That's probably the one. Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Hey, so this is why it's hard for me to do reviews, especially on the newer cars, because, I mean, I don't know about you, Doug, but like, do you still get really excited on new cars that are slower than like your race cars?
I happen to be very excited with my high-speed race cars.
Okay, so for me, that's why I feel I do bad at reviews, because how are you gonna get excited about, you know, again, no disrespect, but 200 torque and 200 horsepower when I used to daily this on the street?
Oh, but to do justice, okay, we got to pull up Doug's. So Nick's over here flexing.
Oh, okay,
So let's pull up Doug's real quick.
But by all means, of course, yes, out the box Hondas are coming out from the factory way faster, stronger, more reliable, more comfortable, better features. But yeah, that's why I never really made good for reaction videos, just because like I've been fortunate to be around a lot of fast cars and crazy builds. And now he's about to pull up the Lance. Which one are you gonna pull up?
CRX.
Honda
Oh,
CRX.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Keyword CRX. Light.
So how fast has that one gone?
Well, the CRX has gone with a 1.5 K series motor, 245 miles an hour with my wife driving. And last weekend it just cleared and won the points championship. Sign off for the day
Yep.
until we come back and meet again and we make some more power.
Oh yeah, well it seems to me like I know where my next stop is, and the next video for this, Indianapolis. I mean, I always go to the PRI show, but this will be the first time I have a car, and surprisingly it's going to be a 100% stock car. Well, with the carb
For a short period of time.
for a short period of time.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching, and thank you all to the new subscribers, and keep up the comments, questions, and ideas, or anything you guys want to see. Let me know, and I'll try to make it happen. So a couple of you guys asked for the baseline, how much power it's making, rather than just read the book. Why not just prove it? So thanks again for watching. Kevin, you ready to go eat? Ready to go eat. All right, so again, remember, life's so sick. Live it.